racial prejudice against network marketing, and they're just not ready to hear it. They won't.
I didn't even let them know it's network. I just told them it's a fantastic product.
Mm-hmm.
Let them
well, if
figure that
somebody
out
says, is it network marketing? I say, absolutely. Isn't it great? Because I truly believe that. You know, and if they have a problem with it, then I will ask them, oh, you don't like network marketing? What is it about it that you don't like? Because then they're going to tell me all of their misconstrued ideas and wrong beliefs, and I can diffuse every single one of them. But I need to get them to tell me what those are by asking more questions. Oh, what is it that you find distasteful about network marketing? You know.
Fabulous. So do you know what you're going to do with your neighbors now, Keith?
No, you're going to tell me though.
So tell me about your neighbors. Do you know anything about these people?
A little louder.
Do you know anything about these neighbors?
Yeah.
Tell me.
They have 3 kids. The dad's from Hawaii. The mother's Anglo. The kids are crazy. One of them's in my primary class.
Okay.
They're off the wall. He edits films.
Okay.
She's a mom.
So that's one family.
The other family just moved in a couple days ago, and I know nothing about them. I waved and said, "Hi, neighbor."
Right.
You know, and that was it.
Well, you're making some very delicious treats tomorrow night, right? That have chocolate in them.
Yeah.
So you could easily put some of those on a little welcome basket thing or welcome plate, and just go over and say, "Hey, I'm Keith, and I live. You know where I live, and how you do it, and get to know them." And without fail, and I know this happens to Valia all the time, when you are connecting with either a new person or an old friend, without fail, they will say to you, "So what are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
And then you say, "You know what, I'm doing this healthy chocolate thing. It's great. And what do you do?" And he'll say,
yeah, put it right back. Don't keep talking.
Business.
Don't keep talking. Just a little bit.
There you go.
And you put it back on them, and then they ask you back, and then you put it back on them because they don't want to hear all about you.
Because healthy chocolate's a little intriguing. So you give them, you drip.
It really is quite
and then
intriguing.
they go, what? You
then
know?
they'll ask you questions, and you know what? The truth is, you're not. Here's one of the things that, even though there's a sense of urgency, I think if you have a true sense of confidence in this product and in this business opportunity, I don't need to recruit you today. I wish I could, because you know what? I'm going to put people under people forever, every day. While you're off doing your job, I'd love you to be in the group, because I'm just going to keep building. However, if you decide not to, you just go ahead and watch me make more and more money, and then you'll come around. And I have that security of, you know what, it'll work out when the time's right for you. I do feel like you're going to want to present the information, but probably not for a couple weeks, where it's like, hey,
bring them treats.
Friends.
Well, I'm still bringing them chocolate though, but not in the.
But not just chocolate, and not just like, this is what I do. You know, it always amazed me how many people in our other business would be like, oh, as soon as somebody moves in, you just run over there with a little bag of samples. I'm like,
oh yeah, dibs, my dibs.
That's like a tag, isn't it? And you know, you really want to get to know them.
Yeah,
and
people always respect me in my neighborhood.
Open,
they're not like.
And they look at you and they'll let you know what they need in their life.
Well, I've gotten to the point where I've celebrated my 5th anniversary in this company. Everybody and their dog knows this is what I do, and they always ask if I've invited them to come sit before. Okay, cool. And how's that chocolate thing going? I say, how do you think it's going? Probably pretty good. It is. And one guy I saw yesterday, I took my wife out to lunch, and this guy, I hadn't seen him in a while, and he's, wow, how's that chocolate thing going? I said, pretty good. He said, how's the weight loss thing going? I said, you tell me. And he goes, it looks good. How much have you lost? I said, well, last couple of years, about 60 pounds. So they were getting ready to leave, and I gave them my business card. I gave, give me a holler. And the one guy's a new guy. The other guy, I knew him from way back. So I just keep planting the seeds, but I don't go on the attack, the smother, the barf, or whatever you call it, barf all over. Well, you know what's antioxidants.
Well, I think there's a fine line, though, Keith. When people say to me, well, how's that working for you? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think it's really important that, again, there's nothing sarcastic or negative said.
Right.
And you just say, it's going really well. I just, whatever, one little line about what's going well in your business. How are things going in your life? And make them feel very open to coming to you.
Right.
And I think all you have to do is like a one sentence, like, you know what, Keith, things are going really well, and you know, in Josiah, and obviously you're doing well in your business, and you smile and nod, and they smile and nod and go, yeah, even if they really aren't going well for him, he's going to smile and go, yeah. And you're going to go, you know what, if you ever change your mind, we've got this great thing coming up, just let me know, you know, and I think you want to invite without making them feel like they have to respond. Because then you're inviting them and they're feeling like he still wants me to be on his team.
Right.
He still likes me. He's not going, nah, I'm doing great. What's your problem? Because
Well, I
there's so
didn't want
much
to ask him,
missing
are
truth.
you still a mortician? Because I thought that'd just be creepy. My wife told me he's doing photography now, but I told him, I said, you know what? We have a new product that's a healthy peanut butter cup. He goes, really? I said, yes, milk chocolate even. Oh, really? I said, yeah, everybody knows milk chocolate's got Jack for antioxidants. We put the antioxidants in the peanut butter. I said, these things are to die for. Goes,
Yeah, and then I would just end with, hey, why don't I drop a sample by your house? I'll just leave it on your door.
Yeah.
And done. Not
No
let's
more.
get together. But then it's just that ability to make people feel invited to be with you, but at the same time know that, you know what, if you don't, we're still moving. I'm still going to, you know, make $1 million.
And
But you too.
always make people feel important. I mean, no matter if you get a booking or if you get the contact or whatever, you know what, your hair looks fantastic. I've noticed that you just really have a spring in your step, or whatever it is that you genuinely think uplift them, you know, and they'll want to be a part of you because it's a leadership thing, but people only join you if they want to be with you.
Well, I learned the hard way years ago when you sit in church and you start picking people out instead of listening. Oh, they'd be great in business. They'd be great. Oh, that really jacks the whole thing.
Now we know what Keith does at church.
And, no, not anymore. I'm in recovery. Okay.
Well, that's an important thing to know because
Recovery chocoholic, huh?
No, recovery chocolate stalker.
well,
At
yeah.
church. And if you walk down the hallway at church and, you know, Sister Johnson goes, cuts into it sideways because she doesn't want to see it, you know, okay, wait a minute. I've screwed up here. I have the cookie. They want the cookie. I need to find a way to, you know, make sure that I display the cookie properly. And that
Probably not at church.
probably not at church.
We don't really display the cookie at church.
But see, I have the cookie and they want the cookie. They may not know they want the cookie yet. But who doesn't like chocolate? Better health through chocolate? It's kind of... So, and maybe Paul has noticed. When I first came in this business, I was like, go get him! I'm good. Tackle him. Sign him up. Now I'm a little bit more laid back. It's like, well, that's nice, Valia. It's glad to see you're having great success. I'm going to pick your brain and put it on YouTube for my team to watch.
Better not.
No, but I am. She's qualified 4 times over for the cruise. Why would I not want to hear what she's got to say? I'm not going to sabotage her business or take her people. I'm thinking, you know what? I haven't even qualified once yet. She's doing something outstanding. Her and her buddy here are relatively new on the scene. I want to hear what they have to say. And it's earth-shattering. And you guys are doing great. I applaud you. If I had peanut butter cups, I'd give them to you.
Well, bring them on.
I don't even order them because, you know my story. 20 in a day doesn't mean more health. It just means 1,600 calories.
Well, thanks, Keith. That was really nice.
So, Paul, is there anything else? Because we're out of time, probably. I don't think we have any guests coming, so we should probably call it a night. Unless there's something else you want covered.
No, not
specifically.
really. I think this has just been a really good, productive. Does anybody have anything else that they're like finding an impediment or something that they'd like to discuss? Or
Okay, another example then.
yeah,
That my drama teacher. See, I didn't talk to him yet, but I left her my phone number in case he wants to talk to me. But you know, I want to get back with him too.
What did you say to him?
Or her.
Her.
Just talked about, you know, when I was in high school, and I basically, you know, said that I've got, you know, I'm married, have 4 kids. She has 4 kids, same as ours, 3 girls, 1 boy. So I mean, you know, there was back and forth, but there was nothing said about the chocolate.
how much more do you know about her life and what she does and on a daily basis?
She's a mom. I mean, well, she's a grandma now, but they're retired, He actually left school. I guess I did learn quite a bit. He left school and went to work for an oil company. I can't remember which one. And did that for 20 years and came back to teach school. So he's been teaching out in Grantsville now for 7 years.
Well, you could say something like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but did you know that in what I do, teachers are the most highly represented demographic in my business? And that's all you have to say. Oh, really? What business is that? Well, direct sales, but I actually have a healthy chocolate. And then stop. Oh, that's nice, or whatever. Just see where you have to have that give and take and that back and forth. Let them come to you a little bit, and don't be afraid of silence. Because a lot of times in a conversation when I'm saying, I get to the point where it's like, are you going to sign up? I'll say something like, tell me, is there something that's caught your attention, or what did you find most interesting about what we just talked about? Silence. And then they have to respond with something, and then I know more about what they're thinking. Sometimes it's like you really have to learn. That's a skill for me. I always want to fill every available space with my own voice.
Well, like I was saying,
silence is scary.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, that was
is.
where I was coming from too. I just wanna
Yeah.
fill out.
So listen.
So, because I've talked to a couple of people, and some of them are kind of more acquaintances. We raise our own chickens and stuff and sell eggs and stuff too. So I talked to one of my gals that comes and gets eggs from me, and I was talking with her, and her husband, he hates his job right now and stuff. And I just told her, I said, well, we're doing da-da-da, and just kind of gave her a little bit. I said, would you guys have a few minutes that we could come and sit down with you? And she's like,
Perfect.
And she was just like, well, what is it? And I just said, well, it's healthy chocolate. And she goes, oh, one of our friends or something, we did some work and we did some trade and da-da-da-da. Maybe it's the same thing. And I said, oh, really, what is it? I asked her what her chocolate was, and stuff. And she wasn't sure if it was even the same thing, and then, and how we left it is that she was going to talk to her husband, see when he had any time available, and I was going to get back with her. Well, I got back with her a couple of times, but she never answered the phone, and so I just left a message. Hey, I told you I would call you back to see, when you guys had time available. You were saying we were going to talk, sit down and talk about this, blah, 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 whatever. Just let me know. Left my name and number, and then another time, hey, not trying to bug you, just trying to, da-da-da. Nothing.
There's been no response.
No. She called me a few days later and said, hey, can I come and get some eggs? Yep, sure, no problem. No mention of chocolate, no mention of nothing. She came, she got her eggs, no mention of chocolate, no mention of nothing. Because I was kind of like going, I don't want to push.
Just ask her at that point, hey, did you get my messages? And if she says yes, then
well,
you
she already came and left, and I think I kind of got the vibe that she did get my messages, and she was kind of waiting to see if I was going to, attack her again. Not really attack, but, talk to her again about it, and I didn't really. And I think she left kind of going, okay, kind of thing, But, so next time she calls, if there's not any conversation, and she usually calls about once a week or every other week, and then I thought I would just mention something. But my thinking was I didn't say anything to her that time because I didn't want her to think that all I wanted to do now was recruit her and her husband
so
with that.
Let me
what
stop
I'm
you
saying?
for a second. Because this gets into this game of that takes forever. You want to be as good as you can at getting to the game in the first conversation and getting it done. Sometimes that takes a little bit of money. And I have put out more money in those little first things to get my business going fast. Was it a little bit of a sacrifice? Sure. Was it worth it? Absolutely. And what I mean by that is you've got to involve something in it for them because they don't really care about your chocolate. But you know what? How about we go to dinner, my treat? Or how about we go to lunch, my treat? And, I've got this little business thing that, I love it, this healthy chocolate that I would love to share with you too. And you get them there in the first, what time's available? Are you available Thursday or Friday? And you get it in and you get it done now. And sometimes people just want a break. They want to just have fun, and so they're willing to do it just for that. You know, and so it's not always about let's go to your house and sit there and talk about chocolate, because that would not excite me. The reason why I came is because it was Lunch and Larry and Larry King.